Good afternoon or evening or morning or whenever it is when you're watching this. This is Farm Talk Friday. It's March 6, 2026. I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna.
Hi, my love.
Hi, Angel. You sure do look wonderful. I like your little hairpiece.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so.
Nice shirt.
Oh, thanks. We were just at the Envision Festival down in Uvita.
It was fantastic.
Costa Rica. It was super healthy, clean water festival. No one got sick. It was a huge success. Everyone was happy. So we saw a lot of our friends and neighbors there. It was really nice. So we moved down here from Los Angeles 10 years ago, and we started our little permaculture farm. It's not a farm like we're growing crops to sell at a store or anything like that.
No.
We grow food for us and for friends if we have extra, and a lot of food for the animals that come eat it.
That's right.
And we love all of our little animals.
Share the abundance if we have it.
Yeah, we share our fruits and vegetables if we have it. And we've got a lot of nice squirrels, pizotes, iguanas, agoutis.
Lots of different birds.
All kinds of birds and various cat exotic animals at night that we see occasionally.
Yes.
And foxes, but the foxes mainly want to eat our hens, right?
Yeah, they do, but they never seem to.
So,
or they might have gotten one once.
And so when we say permaculture farm, we are talking about, well, the principles of permaculture. Some of them are basic, like it's all organic, there's no chemicals, there's no fertilizers, no insecticides, but there's a lot of strategy. The idea is everything helps each other, and we have instead of having rows of crops, we have like a food forest where things are planted, trees, and
you have your cash crops.
Yeah,
as we were taught.
And we don't really grow annuals too much at all. So annuals are things that you have to plant every season, and perennials are things that you plant once and they grow forever, basically. So
or for a long time.
Yeah, the best example of a perennial is a fruit tree. And it keeps giving you free fruit every year.
But asparagus is considered a perennial, and if you get it going good, it should last like 15 years for some people.
Yeah, we had it going for a little while. It did not last that long.
Yeah.
But also things like Okinawa spinach lasts for a long time. We had that going for a while.
Yeah, there's certain things that, in theory, if they work, then they would be a perennial on that.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes you try something out and it just doesn't work for your area, and that's okay. You move on to something that does.
Yeah, and so we've got some things to show you what's happening right now. Now, some are...
This is a beautiful
pretty good looking
spread.
So the thing we have the most of here are things that might not be too familiar with those of you from the U.S. This is called Caimito, and these are Caimitos. They you don't eat this
custard
skin.
apple.
Yeah, custard apple. These are one of the most delicious things in the world. I say that about several things down here. So right now I'm saying this about Caimitos.
For this moment, Ken thinks this is the most
good. You cut them in half. There's some big seeds that are easy to remove, like 3 big seeds usually. And the flesh inside is just absolutely delicious. And you want them just a little soft and dark. You don't want them green and hard.
Do you want me to open it?
You could if you want.
You keep talking about it.
Oh, okay. And then also, this is like a big lemon. I think it's called like a ponderosa lemon. Giant lemon. It tastes good. It's sweeter than a normal lemon. Comes obviously off a tree. Not a whole bunch of seeds, but there are seeds. This is Manzana de Agua. This is a water apple. These are delicious, very light tasting, not too sweet, but super delicious. You eat basically the whole thing. It's like 12 calories for the whole thing right there. It's amazing. That is that's the Caimito. You just get a spoon and kind of spoon out all of that you can grab. Whatever you can grab is good to eat. The kind you can't get with a spoon, you don't really want anyway.
Scratch often gets hairballs because he has long fur.
Yeah.
And he's almost 16.
I don't know if you can hear that, but that's our cat.
Sure.
That's our cat with the hairballs. Yeah. Okay, now for greens, because we don't grow annuals, we grow various things to imitate lettuce and spinach and other greens. So we have things called chica skill, and we have chaya, which sort of substitute as our spinach, and they grow year round, and they're really good.
Just showing that it's hard.
But this one in particular, this is great. This is called Katuk. And you can eat this raw or you can cook it. It has a delicious nutty flavor, and it just grows like wildfire here, and it's just absolutely fantastic.
So I'm gonna grab this.
Okay.
So Ken, sometimes he's out there and he'll do this. Ready for this move?
Yeah.
And then he'll just put it in his mouth.
That's right.
But I've been trained to tell him and other people, because that is a fun move. You always want to look at the back side, because that's where the spiders lay their eggs. So you just flip it over, see if anything's there. No, there's not. Okay.
So,
Buddy.
yeah, and just more of an introduction. I was in a band called the Crystal Method, which is still going strong. Please check out Scott at thecrystalmethod.com. Giovanna has a nonprofit called Green Wave, greenwave.eco, and she is also a tantric yoga teacher. So, honey, what else? And an amazing author and novelist. Okay. Honey, what else is going on?
Okay. So the ad. We always talk about the ad.
The advertisement.
Had nothing to do with our property, actually, but it was from the Envision house that we rented. And because we didn't stay on site, because we're like that. And that's a nice way to go to some festivals sometimes is, going in with your friends on a house. So that was fun. Steve, Stan, John, and Heidi, we had a great time with you. Anyway, so I noticed while I was hanging out at the pool one day, it was probably the day I was hanging out with San, she's like saving all the little bees that kept falling into the pool. And I was like looking, and there's this contraption that maybe it was there for drying towels, but they had put dragon fruit on it. So I think it was made for dragon fruit, and it was a good height. And we have noticed...
It was kind of like a trellis, but it was like made out of metal and very sturdy.
Yeah, but it's not like trellised all the way down to the ground. It was just, it's like almost like a T, but it's an X.
Okay.
And so we have seen this. So in Costa Rica, at some point, the Department of Agriculture, whatever they're called, MAG, Ministerio of
also known as poisonous insecticide pushers. What? Okay, so anyways, they were encouraging Costa Ricans to grow more dragon fruit. And so we have seen, maybe you would call it like a small farms of it on the sides of roads sometimes, and they take tree stumps or they make other kinds of contraptions and they keep them kind of low like that, because even though in our experience the dragon fruit grows slow, sometimes there's like this critical moment that you miss in the life of a tree or a plant, and it goes from something very manageable to like, oh my gosh, where is it? And
And so that can happen with the dragon fruit. So I've noticed that when they're trying to grow them, they keep the thing low so that they can access the fruit at some point. And as we're talking, I see a bird. Did you see that bird?
Yeah, there was a
Out
bird
at the papaya tree.
that was checking out a very unripe papaya. The bird decided to give up on it.
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, of course, because we're doing Farm Talk Friday, like our garden that we protect. It's like, hey guys, you have a whole food forest out there. We're happy to share with you on, but why you gotta hit the main garden? Anyway, so that's what the ad was. It was just showing you what this household had done. They had made this like little trellis device for dragon fruit, and I thought it was really interesting. And what we've been trying to do lately is like if there's a tree that's gone down, that we don't like necessarily stump it, but we keep part of the trunk, even though it'll probably rot over time. And I'm putting dragon fruit on those little mini stumps so that it'll do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So anyway, other news is, we have Caimitos, Manzanas de Agua, cotton. We have a lot of cotton going right now, which is cool because I have ideas for that, making little wicks, and then for spiritual activities, making oil lamps, and then having our own cotton wicks for them. And then just in general, this is all a long-term experiment, and so I find it wonderful. We're not in a rush necessarily anymore. I mean, I feel like I was working really, really hard for the last decade, trying to do things, and I came to this point maybe before we started this dry season, and just felt like I can rest now. Like I've set it up, and now it's more about maintaining it. And of course we can continue to propagate, but for the most part we've planted everything that we wanted to plant. And it just feels good to just kind of like slow down and take a seat and look around and say, hey, what's working? What's going on? Having that space to see like the ground cover, even like what are all these ground covers doing now? I was wondering this last rainy season, like, okay, what's going to happen? There's like these 2 or 3 different kinds of ground cover that I have. Some are intentional, some popped up on their own. As I had thought, there was one that like went wild in our main garden that I didn't touch, because I'm like, I'll just have it stay there, and it'll die back on its own when it's dry, and then it's like it's mulched itself. And that has happened, and it didn't really disrupt anything because I have another layer of ground cover there. So that seems to be working. And then I also noticed that the mulberry trees, they're kind of like evergreens. They're green, like I'm looking out, and this is maybe not the first year, but it's pretty green out there considering that it's drought season, and it used to look way more brown especially like heading into March. So there's a big difference from when it was raining, and yet it's still quite green. And so it's like, okay, we're doing good things. It feels good. But the mulberries, it's like, makes me just want to plant more and more and more of those. They propagate really well, and they go off in different cycles apparently, because we had one batch that was going a bunch of different trees and in an area, and we were having fun getting the berries there, and then they kind of like, now they're resting, and then our original mulberry tree is now kind of going off. So that's kind of cool. And then I want to say the Manzanas de Agua, this is the 3rd time it's bloomed, this particular tree, and even our worker is like, what is going on with this tree? I'm like, I don't know. I hope it's not dying, because sometimes trees, they kind of explode before they die, and hopefully that's not what's going on. Hopefully it just wants to continue to give, like the giving tree. I think there was a book called that. Mm-hmm. Do you know it?
No.
Okay. Maybe my Aunt Terry does. Anyway. anyway, and then experiments. I've been wanting to talk about this for a little while. So we have these, I'll say that at the end. We have leafcutter ants. We have a million types of ants, but leafcutters are one type, and they've been in full force now for like a good year and a half, and there's been different methods of trying to just work with them in more natural ways to control what's happening and protect some of our plants. And so our worker came up with this idea of mixing the dirt from one nest with another nest, and because they rely so much on pheromones, hopefully this isn't like incredibly cruel, but he's mixing the dirt. And a biologist actually thought this was very interesting, because he was like telling his idea to the biologist, and the biologist was like, let me know how that works out, because it sounds like a good idea. But they don't like the mixing of the pheromones. They're like, hey, queen, our queen doesn't like your queen. And so they get confused, and they end up like abandoning their nest, and they move. And so we're not trying to kill them. We just don't want them to be where they're at.
I'm all for the abandonment.
Yeah, like they can move into the quebrada, it's like they don't have to be where they're at. And so it's been working, actually. We've had several nests move. I don't know where they have moved to, and that's okay. But certain areas, like they're in like pathways, or it's like, okay, you guys, we don't want to do something even more disruptive, so maybe just move on your own. And they do. They like have been packing their bags, so that's been cool. And then the Envision house, going back to that, they had these beautiful, what they called sexy pink heliconias. And so it kind of looked like there was plants growing out of the flowers. And I'm sure that there's technical terms for all of this, which I don't know, so I'm not using any of those terms. And apparently, like, heliconias only grow according to things that we read online from the rhizome, from like the roots. I'm gonna try it anyway. We're just gonna try it anyway. Let's see what happens to these little things that, so we did that. Jose and I was like, why not? He's like, yeah, why not? So we're trying, because that would be fun, like if we got a bunch of sexy pink heliconias out of that. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Like the worst thing that happens is I have some flower mulch.
Why not, honey?
Why not? So to wrap up, I just want to say it was really fun at Envision, being part of the Salty Sirens, which is Hannah Mermaid's Envision performance pod. And we did a surprise beach performance on Friday. Mm-hmm. And I am doing a permaculture pinup article on Hannah. So that will come out soon. Excited to continue to promote her. She's done so much for mer culture. She's known as Queen of Mermaids, and being possibly the first freelance professional mermaid.
And then she's done so much for
conservation work.
Yes.
So she was part of The Cove, that documentary that is so sad to people that we don't want to watch it sometimes. But she was there. She's shown up at rallies in a tail. She does incredible work. We just saw a cute little movie last night, like How to Catch a Mermaid. It's like a 5-minute short film with a good message. And anyways, I'm excited for that permaculture pinup article to come out on Hannah. She has, she's doing some training over on the Caribbean side. RememberAtlantis.com, I think, is her retreat name, if you want to see if you want to train with Hannah. And then she's doing privates, I think, till mid-April. I think that's...
All right.
That's it. Oh, yeah. Keep calm and party on.
All right.
Or at least dance on.
Okay.
We don't always need to party.
Thank you for tuning in to Farm Talk Friday. We'll see you next week.